More sunshine and drier conditions. Hey everyone, I'm Jason Laird from the Storm Tracker Weather Center. Give the camera a second there to adjust itself. Still tracking flood warnings throughout a good chunk of the Rocky Mountain front. We'll break that down momentarily. But the good news is we are still tracking a few scattered showers throughout the area this afternoon and into tomorrow and Friday, but nothing quite like what we've seen over the past couple of days. So let's get right over to the flood map and show you just what we've got going on here. So areas in the neon green, that is going to be a flood warning. As we go ahead and highlight that, that again is going to be Choteau and Teton County until Thursday at 12:30. And this is again just due to all the rainfall we've seen over the past couple of days, and a lot of those drainage systems coming out of the mountains continue to cause some flooding into the Rocky Mountain front, so that's the main concern there. Moving a little bit further south, we do also have a aerial flood warning for Lewis and Clark County. That is going to be through Thursday at 11 a.m. All right, let's go ahead and get a little bit closer in here and show you what we've got. We'll kind of just go from top to bottom up near Cut Bank and then move down here, so bear with me. All right, so again, we're looking at that aerial flood warning for Pend Oreille and Toole County through Thursday at 12:45. This is going to be along the Marias River south of Shelby due to the recent rainfall. Primarily upstream. And do keep in mind, we've had some reports, especially along the Sun River, that a few of these river gauges are going a little bit haywire due to all the rainfall. So if they're not reading 100% accurate, just kind of keep that in mind. But we'll keep you up to date on all these advisories, watches, warnings. Pend Oreille County also does have a aerial flood advisory for all the small creeks and streams in this area. And just to kind of reiterate, anytime the National Weather Service puts aerial in the advisory or the watch or the warning, that means it's all encompassing. All the creeks and streams in this area. I promise that's how you spell aerial. I get that question all the time. Some of the locations along the highlighted region, Duperier Creek, west of Duperier. I think that's how you say that. Hopefully I'm not slaughtering that too bad. Okay. Moving a little bit further south here, again, as we head into Great Falls, we've got a couple different watches, warnings to point out here. That, again, is going to be the main. Okay, so they basically bumped the flood warning to include the Sun River there. And the Sun River at Sims is reading about 10 feet. But, again, that particular gauge has had reports of a little bit of a malfunction. Okay, moving on to the Missouri River. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Anytime you start getting one river running into another river, that's where you can potentially start to see some of that flooding. So as we move into Cascade County here along the Missouri River, that area is likely going to see some flooding, especially near Ulm. It's forecast to reach about 17 feet, which that matches the historic crest of 1953. So what that means is we're looking at some pretty significant flooding possible in and around the Missouri for this section of the river. So basically from Ulm extending up to Great Falls, and the main reason for that is, again, you get this confluence right here. You get the sun running into the Missouri River, and what happens is it causes the Missouri to kind of back up. So even though the Missouri is dam controlled and they can let extra water out, if you get the Sun River roaring in right there, that can kind of cause the Missouri to start to back up and run very, very high in that region. So kind of keep that in mind. I think that's everything throughout our area. Yep, looks like it. Okay, so that kind of breaks down all the flood watches, warnings, advisories that we've got going on throughout the area. Hopefully that kind of brings a little bit of clarity to what we've got going throughout the area. Okay, future track for the remainder of your Wednesday afternoon. Some scattered showers are likely this afternoon. I don't anticipate them to be overly heavy, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two, but for the most part, just scattered storms this afternoon. Thursday is going to start out relatively nice. Some high pressure builds in on Thursday. That's going to allow for mostly sunny skies. However, as the afternoon rolls around, a little cold front's going to move through the state. That's going to likely kick off some heavier thunderstorms again, so that potentially could increase the flood concern. Notice that system starts moving in and around Butte and Helena right around 2 tomorrow afternoon, according to the forecast models, and then kind of jetting up toward Lewistown with some sporadic isolated storms following that system, kind of drying up overnight Thursday into the early morning hours Friday. As for those temperatures tonight across the board, looking at the 40s and 50s, 53 in Great Falls, 51 here in Helena, and a few 50s throughout the northeastern plains. Let's check your forecast. Hope to see you tonight, 5:30 and 10 o'clock.